Welcome to my morning coffee. Always bold, hot, and full of flavor. Gia and Tonya are my morning coffee. What's in your cup?
You ain't grooving that much this morning. What,
girl? Cause I'm hot, so I'm trying to keep from letting y'all see this sweat. So I can't get my groove on really, cause So look, hey, I just want y'all to don't laugh, cause you're gonna get here eventually. It's called the change.
oh my God. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, depending on where you are tuning in from. Welcome to another edition of My Morning Coffee, where the conversation is always hot, bold, organic, and full of flavor, and highly melanated. Last couple of shows been highly melanated. We're gonna have another one today, and it shall be sweet like molasses. It'll be nice and tasty.
It's gonna be a cheer.
It'll be yes. Yeah. I'm excited about this because Miss Shelley, who we're going to bring on in a bit, she is the happiest person I know. She even wrote a book about it, so we're going to get into it.
Y'all, she happy. I'm telling you, she happy. Woo, yeah.
And we can all use a little joy in our life.
Yeah. So if y'all tired or sleepy, she gonna wake y'all up because
she is the caffeine. She is the jolt in your day. We're definitely gonna get into that. Miss Gia, what's in your cup besides probably some water? The way you over there sweating.
No, actually, it's coffee, but it's not much because see, I try to get up and get prepared for the show, right? So I made my coffee early. Then I was like, oh, it's too early. So I'm going to stick it in the microwave and make it really, really hot. So by the time it cools off, the show will be coming on, right? So I put it in the microwave and I put it on for too long. And a lot of the coffee just boiled out of the cup. So,
you have milk? You have milk in it?
No, I had some creamer, So, so now, I only have a little coffee and, but I haven't been up to much. I don't know, y'all ever feel like y'all have a lot of stuff to do and you keep putting it off and then eventually you got to do it? That's kind of where I'm at right now. I got things I've been putting off that I need to do, and they involve really dealing with other people. I got to make some phone calls. You got to talk to folks and, so
are you reluctant about the task or are you reluctant about the talking to the people?
The talking to the people I got to talk to because, some of these people, they customer service ain't that good. So, so I got some things to do. Make some calls. So write some stuff down. I got to gather some information, documents. That's another thing. See, I've been kind of like just on chill mode. So the documents are everywhere. So now I got to figure out where all the documents are so I can gather them to send to them. And then, I thought I was old fashioned. This one company, I thought I could like maybe email the documents. They told me to fax them. Well, I don't have no damn fax machine. I got to scan them where I can scan. Exactly. So now I got to go to doggone Kinko somewhere and pay some money to fax them some papers. And I'm mad about that because there's a lot of papers I got to fax them. So I'm mad about that. So
You're a mess. But I get it. I mean, I totally if our jobs were just about what we can accomplish on our own, then we'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get up, and get done, and that's it.
But you know what? Now
other people.
Now I see why people who are famous or got money. Now I see why they have an assistant, because Yeah, you'd be like, I don't feel like doing this stuff, and everything. But see, I'm not famous, nor do I have any money, so I gotta do it myself, So I can't hire nobody to take care of my personal, my personal calendar, any of that kind of stuff, my personal life. So yeah, so life is just showing it up. And then, I took my vitamins and stuff this morning, and I think I shouldn't have taken them on an empty stomach because I'm feeling kind of like my stomach's feeling kind of queasy. I don't know. And then, then again, I'm hot. I got my fan, y'all. I don't want y'all to see it, but I'm gonna let y'all see it. You know what they say? We call them personal summers.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and they come when they want to come, and so that whole thing.
Oh
And then I'm not sleeping good, and I don't know if it's my many ailments that I have, these necks and back injuries and things like that. So yes, I was, I'm dragging this morning, y'all. Yeah, I'm dragging, but Shelley kind of got me on together because she was just a ray of, sunshine. I was like, wait a minute, Tonya didn't tell her that I'm not really like a morning person. And I know y'all probably said, you're not a morning person, but why do you have a podcast called My Morning Coffee? I know y'all, but hey.
And it was your idea.
It's not about, the whole, My Morning Coffee is about the things we talk about, because they're bold and hot, full of flavor. So that's why it's really My Morning Coffee. It has nothing to do with me being a morning person or not being a morning person. But yeah. But Tonya, what have you been up to?
I'm going to talk about what I've been up to when Shelley comes on because input.
All right. Well, excuse us. Wait.
Just like you need input on your procrastination, do other people feel that way? I need input on my inner angry Black woman. So we're going to go ahead and bring Miss Shelley on. Miss Shelly Meche'tte, hello, how are you?
Good morning.
Listen, I want to know, before I get into my cup, I want to know what's in your cup and how have
this morning, y'all, it's a bunch of laughter. I thought it was gonna be something else, but y'all got me over here cracking up. Can y'all see my cup? It said, wait, I keep getting it out.
But first, Jesus, girl, amen.
Yeah, because I need them all day,
right?
Every day to do like you do, Gia, to deal with people. I got a lot of busyness going on right now, and so because I have a lot of busyness, I think I'm a little overwhelmed. So I need to step back and kind of get some of the priorities, in line, because I have a project that I'm a part of, because I dabble in entertainment. So I have a project over there. I have the speaking that's going on. I'm building the coaching side. And then on top of that, with the project, I got to go talk to people, and I don't want to.
Girl, look, let's talk about it. See?
Mm-hmm. What is going on that both of y'all serve the public?
Yes, I do.
Public-facing jobs.
And I love it.
With people. What is that about?
Let me tell you why. Because, other people, unfortunately, they don't have this kind of disposition. And when I talk to them and I come with all my kindness and everything, folks be snappy. And then I gotta put Jesus first. And, and that takes some time, because I want to put Shelley first, and I want to give you, this lashing. Then I got to remember, come back, girl. They could have had a bad day. But then you get to the second person and they having a rough day. Then you get to the third person and they act like they want to have a rough day. It ain't too many rough days I'm going to take now. Exactly. Before I reciprocate. So, I have to get prepared to talk to these customer service people, and to talk to these different sponsorship people. And hopefully we all going to be on the same page and just be kind to one another.
I know, Shelley. I hate that, because I be telling people I'm going to meet you on your street. And sometimes them streets,
I almost choked. Don't do that.
That's what I'm saying. I'll be like, I'm going to meet you on your street. And, and it's like, okay, because my street is cool. My street, is cool. Everybody get along with my street. Everybody talk to people right on my street. We be having, block parties on my street. All that kind of stuff. But sometimes you get to talking to people and you be like, okay, we ain't on my street. We on your street. Okay, so now I gotta meet you on your street. Hold on. I'll be like, hold on 1 minute. Hold on. And then you gotta come back with them. I hear you, Shelley. You gotta come back. You be like, look. You be like, Lord, I'm trying. Look, I'm trying. I'm
Quick
trying to
prayer.
stay in the line to get to the gates. Right? I'm trying. But Lord, man, these people, customer service people, everybody. You know, you're like, look.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I went to the bank yesterday and had this experience, like literally. And I'm serious. For the most part, I am so chill. I really am. I'm naturally happy, whatever. I'm really chill. So it's a natural thing when I see people, I smile, hello, how are you? Back in the day we called it courtesy. I don't know what you call it today, but I was raised when you go someplace, you speak, you say hello. I don't have no reason to be mad at you. I get up to the teller and I'm like, hi, good morning. She's like, you could come over. I was like, well, why are we shaking? I mean,
Girl, you know what that's called? I'm gonna tell you what it's called. Y'all ready? Y'all listening?
I'm listening.
It's called stank. That's what it's called. Go on, Shelley. Go on.
And I'm trying to really be pleasant. And she asked me, how would you like your money? I tell her how I want it back. She give me something different. I've said 2 times how I want it back. You give me something different. So I finally go, no, this isn't what I asked for. You semi snatch it back and do this. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go on. It's obvious that you're upset about whatever. But then I find out when I'm telling my mom about it, because it was me trying to do something for her. My daughter was with me and she's like, the last time we was there, that's that same woman who had that same attitude. Okay. You need to make sure that you take some time to talk things out with someone. You got to know where you are and what you need so that you're not putting that off on other people. And that's why I have to pray before talking to others.
Listen, for those of you all that don't know Miss Shelley, we're about to give you a little sauce on Miss Shelley, a little her organic love for life. Let's do that.
As a certified life purpose coach, international speaker, self-awareness expert, and women's change agent, Shelly Meche'tte is extremely passionate and dedicated to the empowerment of women through strategized personal and professional development. She is the author of 70 Days of Happy, Life is Better When You Smile, and Power Mind. She is also the founder of the organization, The PowHERful Woman. Shelley provides the success tools needed for women to unapologetically walk in confidence, power, and purpose. Some of Shelley's features include CBS, NBC, ABC, The CW, Bakersfield Now News, Yahoo, Bustle, and more. She has even graced the cover of online magazines Glambitious and Sister to Sister 2.0.
He has created you to be. We be women of purpose and pour that back into our fellow woman. Is that right? Is it okay to pour back into your fellow woman? Is it okay to show your fellow woman that you can empower her? Contrary to what the world wants us to believe, I promise you, I'm not your competition. Your competition. Your competition. I'm not your competition. I'm your collaborator. I'm your cheerleader. I'm going to take you by the hand, and we're going to rock this thing together.
Look at you. Girl, I didn't know you did all that. Okay, I'm lying. I knew.
Girl, but look, Shelley, that hairstyle with the braids, that was cute. I'm gonna need to hit your hairstylist number for that.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? My daughter did that for me, and she does not do hair.
You know what? Tell her we need to talk. We need to have a talk. Tell her, you know what? She need to stop being stingy with her gifts. Stop being stingy, because what she being, and help some of these seasoned women that
we have been trying to talk to her, and she like, oh, I just don't like it.
Maybe you don't want to deal with people either.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, so listen, I want you to talk to the people about why you do all that. People ask me all the time, you do so much. Why you do all that? And how do you get time to do all that? You have daughters, your mom, you have to balance that. I know you pour into your girls heavily. So talk us through who Shelly is and how you got to this place and how you're able to pour into others and still be able to give your family what they need.
I'll start by saying I have a passion, a real passion for women. And it started when I was very young. I was always that person that people came to and people asked advice and things of that nature. But when I became a mother, I really saw the need. I literally prayed to God and I said, you know what? I can't raise this child by myself. I need your help because I was a single mother. And so I began a journey of really kind of getting close to the Lord, finding out who God created me to be, because I wanted to be the best mother. I wanted to be able to pour life into my daughter. I wanted to be able to give to my daughter because I felt like growing up, not on my mother's end, but on society's end, that worth, value, who I was, those things were snatched from me. I was in that era of, the whole colorism, like heavy, that for those of you who know school days, I was a part of that era. And so it was big in my high school. And so I had people who really just didn't like me because I was a darker complexion girl. I had guys saying to me, I don't care how pretty, to my face now, bold, to my face, I don't care how pretty you are, I would never date you because you're not light. Boom, to the self-esteem. And then I had the backhanded compliments. Oh, you're so pretty to be dark. I don't understand, So these are things that I was like, huh? Huh? I even had a gentleman say to me one day, we can't date because we might get serious. Okay, confusion. And he says, and if we get serious, we could end up getting married. Confusion times two. And if we had children, because of me, they would be too dark.
Mm.
Right. So I had all of these things going on in my head. Plus, I didn't realize that I was working from a broken area because I had abandonment issues. So I had already gone into motherhood not knowing that I was mothering from a broken position. Abandonment issues, confusion. Am I good? Am I not good? Do I have value? Do I not have value? Let me find something to lighten my face. And it's so interesting because maybe about, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I put up a picture and I want to say that it was on Instagram. I can't remember, but I put up a picture and it was showing all the chocolate, honey, not a bunch of light or anything like that. And in that picture, I was really proud of myself. Now here it is years later, but I was so proud of myself because a few years ago, I wouldn't have put that picture up. It would have been too dark. So I would have tried to lighten it. I would have tried to do filters. I would have tried. And so putting that picture up those months ago, that was another step of me saying, honey, you don't run nothing over here. All of this is beautiful, amazing, and wonderful. And I am not boxed in by your limited idea of what I should be. And that is why I go so hard for my kids. That's why I go so hard for women. We won't be boxed in. I won't allow it for myself and those I come in contact with.
Shelley, let me ask you. It's so ironic that you say you were mothering from a broken place. It almost
Yes.
sounds like in order to be with that man, you're going to be broken and have to mother him too, because something clearly broken in him to even suggest the things that he was saying. Like, let's look at that because that is a
Mhm.
reality in our culture for
Yes.
someone to say that for some, and it happens often. So anybody that's listening, if you don't look like us, let's be very clear. This
Mhm.
happens. We have men in our culture that don't deal well with black women, black mixed with black. It's a problem for them.
Yep.
So if we're broken from whatever was plaguing our childhood or whatever
Mhm.
traumas we're dealing with, and then we connect with someone that's broken, what does that do to the generations after us? Because it happens
Yes.
often.
I have a quote, and that quote is broken women raise broken girls. And it's not just girls, of course, it's our children, period. But that's who I work with, women. And I'm trying to build our next generation of women. A lot of times what we do is we either overcompensate, which is probably what I did, because my kids was knowing 24/7, honey, you are amazing, you are wonderful, you can do this, da da da. You are not limited by looks, by height, by size, by gender, by this. So we either can overcompensate sometimes, because we're going to make sure that our children do not feel in any way, shape, or form that that they're less than. Or what happens is we can't give because we're broken. So I'm so afraid to open up fully. I'm so afraid because I don't want you to end up in that same spot that I'm actually not even giving you what you need. So I'm afraid of love, and I'm afraid because when I loved, I got hurt. So I won't even say I love you to you. It's, well, I love you. I cook, I do this, I do that. That's not what that child needs. They need to hear you care, you love. But because I'm parenting from broken pieces of me, I can only give you the part that's in me that I feel that I have to give, without being able to look at you and say, this is what you need to receive so that you can grow and become the best version of yourself. When we parent, or even when we live from broken pieces, we scratch and cut others through our pain.
That is, Gia, you look like you had something to say.
I'm still trying to process some of what Shelley was talking about, especially back in the school with the boy that talking about he wouldn't date you because you light. Because you're dark. And
that's exactly what he told me.
Yeah, I'm going back and I'm like, gosh, Shelley must have she been having Jesus with her for a long time, because if I'm like, because I'm trying to picture like a dude in high school saying that to me, and
yes.
I'm like, I probably
to my face though, not something I heard.
I'm sure dudes said things about all of us to their friends, but to be in your face, I'm just thinking, but I'm like, man, I wouldn't even would have graduated if that would have happened to me, because I probably would have been suspended. All hell probably would have broke loose, because again, that's kind of bold. And
yeah,
see, I don't advocate violence and stuff, but it's certain things that would cause you to get hands put on you, especially, I don't know. So I'm trying to process all this, Shelley. I'm like, this no.
But Gia, you have to remember, I grew in the brokenness, so I didn't feel like I was worthy anyway. Because remember, I had abandonment issues.
Right.
So if my own father ain't gonna stick around, and pour into me and love me and give, then why would I expect another man? You're right. I don't have very, very much to offer, and now I'm not even light. So you're right. I got the bad end of the stick for everything. So I kind of grew up with the mentality, and it was very confusing because my mother is over here like, girl, you got it going on. You're so awesome, and this, and you're so, you're amazing. You got these great eyes, and she's just pouring all this. And then I'm going into society and they like, oh, one of your eyes is bigger than the other. I'm like, for real? And they like, oh yeah, you with them big old bubble lips. So now I'm trying to push my lips in so that they don't stick out. Just all of these things. So I'm already in a broken area and in a broken place mentally. So when this person, not knowing though, because we don't know a lot of times that we're in that broken place.
And you're right. But isn't it funny how you had your mom, and I'm sure your grandparents telling you how beautiful you are.
No grandparents. They all were deceased.
Okay, you had your mom, telling you how beautiful you are, pointing to you. But isn't it funny how we as women, we still always yearn for that male, that man, because again, you say your father.
Because then we feel more validated.
Right, they validate. And a lot of us, I'm sure all three of us on this panel, grew up with single mamas. Okay, our daddies wasn't around, that kind of stuff. But it's funny how, and you always will hear, men need, boys need their fathers, boys need their father, that kind of thing. We always hear that growing up. We need, but I used to always say, women, we need our fathers just as much as a man needs our father. And we learn, and when we don't have our fathers in the home, we learn a lot of things the hard way because we don't have that example. And we learn through trial and error, and we learn through, we get knuckleheads, we get people in our face talking about we ain't cute, and
or we learn from our mother's mistake.
Right, exactly.
Right, looking for a man's acceptance.
But here it
That
is.
that part.
Here it is. You know, your mom's telling you you're beautiful, but you still, as a woman, you're still like, nah, okay, mama, yeah, but nah, because your father was missing and your father wasn't there. So you still like, tripping because you was tripping, and stuff and everything. And sometimes we trip for, like you said, we trip for a long time. A lot of years we'll go with this low self-esteem and not being who we truly are meant to be, because we have all these other issues, this baggage that we're holding on to or we're carrying, and sometimes we don't even know why we're carrying it, but that's just society has us carrying it. That's really what it is and stuff.
Absolutely. And we haven't been able to tap into the root yet.
Yeah.
And so then we grow up with this, and then you come along and then people want to label us as angry Black woman. Yeah, I'm angry. And I'm not an angry Black woman. I'm an angry woman. I'm an angry person. I'm pissed off. Why do you think that you could continue to kick me and I'm not going to be mad? You lucky you still have a foot attached to the ankle. Stop that.
Right.
Stop that.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that angry Black woman thing.
Makes me mad.
I look at this way.
If somebody gonna say it, let me say it about me. You be quiet.
I'm gonna say it. Hello, newsflash, if y'all didn't know, all women are angry. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Stop it.
Okay. So stop it. So stop this angry Black women, because I done came across some angry, all kind of women. Okay. And I had to meet them on their street. So
okay. Well, with that, okay.
So this is what I'm going to share. And I want you to take a minute, actually 2 minutes, to watch this. And this is a prime example of why someone would be an angry Black woman or just an angry woman. I've been watching, and I'm not sure if the rest of you have been watching Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson and the hearings that are going on for her to be confirmed. But listen, there's no problem with her being questioned. And by the way, she's a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. So yes, we have her back 100%. But the questions that are asked are dumb. And that's a kind word. Some of the things that are asked of her are strictly because she was Black. And that in itself is disingenuous, it's disgusting, and it's disrespectful, especially to the work that she has done over the years. So I want us to take a listen, and then let's chat about this. I figured, Miss Shelley, you'd be perfect to chat with about this. Hold on.
By law, there was racial segregation in this community. Black students were not allowed in the public schools to go to school with white students. Georgetown Day School is a private school that was created when 3 white families, Jewish families, got together with 3 Black families and said that despite the fact that the law requires us to separate, despite the fact that the law is set up to make sure that Black children are not treated the same as everyone else, we are going to form a private school so that our children can go to school together. The idea of equality, justice, is at the core of the Georgetown Day School mission, and it's a private school such that every parent who joins the community does so willingly, with an understanding that they're joining a community that is designed to make sure that every child is valued, every child is treated as having inherent worth, and none are discriminated against because of race. I do not believe that any child should be made to feel as though they are racist, or though they are not valued, or though they are less than, that they're victims, that they're oppressors. I don't believe in any of that. But what I will say is that when you asked me whether or not this was taught in schools, critical race theory, my understanding is that critical race theory as an academic theory is taught in law schools. And to the extent that you were asking the question, I understood you to be addressing public schools. Georgetown Day School, just like the religious school that Justice Barrett was on the board of, is a private school.
Okay, so you agree critical race theory is taught at Georgetown Day School?
I don't know, because the board is not, the board does not control the curriculum. The board does not focus on that. That's not what we do as board members. So I'm actually not sure.
Forget expensive solar panels. Get Tesla Solar.
So he was asking her some pretty outrageous questions. Like, do you believe in teaching racism to little kids? And do you believe it was out of control? But her answers were so poignant, and they were so clear, and they were to sit him down in his space because he was acting up. And the guy before her, Lindsey Graham, he was talking to her and he was just slamming on the desk. And I was like, why? He is really gaslighting her. He is really trying to get her where he's at. So he kept elevating to get her there. This is the thing about folks who know that we can act up. They will try to take you there. And just like Gia said, sometimes you got to meet them in the streets, on their street.
On their street. On their street.
Sometimes you don't have to. There are other ways to deal with this. And I bring this up, one, because I know people gaslight Black women. That is a thing. Let's not act like that's not a thing. And they try to get us out of our character. Yep. And two, you actually wrote a book about being happy. And I think sometimes, even though we deal with things as Black women, the stresses and all the stuff, all the stuff, I can't even list it all because it's stressful just to talk about it. But being able to put yourself in a better place, in a better mind state to deal with outside issues and people, it helps when you know how to find your happy place. So I want you to talk to us about microaggressions and dealing with people that are looking to gaslight you, and then how your book has been able to help you with that.
Let me tell you, it's so interesting that we're even speaking about this, because maybe about a month ago, I was asked to speak at a school about a little, I don't want to say racial tension, but really about Black culture and how we can really bring students together and what teachers can do to really help. And one of the things that I talked about was the microaggressions, which is really something that we like to push under the rug, and like to make, and we like to make it seem like it doesn't exist. But when I was speaking to them, I let them know my daughter, my youngest, immaculate student. She always has been. She's always excelled in school. And I wanted to switch her from her school to a better school out of our area. And it's hard enough to switch a child, from one district to another. So I was really trying to get her in this other district that offered so much more for her academically. I felt socially. She could play sports the way she wanted to. And my district was really having they were really fighting me on letting her go. But long story short, she had the grades. I took all of her stuff. We met all of the requirements, things that you do before you go to the new district, right? Okay. So we met all of the requirements. My daughter probably had maybe about a 3.8, 3.9 average. When I took all of her papers to this new district, the lady sat there and she took my daughter's paperwork and she began calculating her GPA. And again, her GPA was probably about a 3.9. And I think the requirement was a 3.2. And so she looked at my daughter, and then she looked back at the paperwork, and then she calculated it again. And she looked up at my daughter, third time, and she calculated again. And her response was something like, oh, she's smart. Child, I wanted to hit the roof and hit her all at the same time. First of all, I wanted to know why you calculated my child's stuff 3 times. If I didn't meet the requirements, I never would have come. I wouldn't be here. Did you calculate everyone else's? So the microaggression, you don't always have to say something. Your actions, as you sat there and calculated her stuff and then looked up and did it again, it's her everything is there. She has references. She has, letters from her teachers, every single thing that you asked for. Yet you calculated her things 3 times and then looked up and said, oh, she's smart.
Shelley, I'm gonna have to read the book, girl, because this you talking about what you just said. I'm gonna tell you something. I need Jesus. I do. I need
y'all
Jesus.
see why I keep my cup.
And I need y'all all to pray for me, because while you were talking, I'm gonna tell you how this would have went if I was there. Okay, if I was there as auntie, if I was there, me and you, we sisters, and we going. The third time the woman looked up at my niece, the third time, before she said something, the third time she looked up, I would have had to let loose on her, girl. Yep. I would have let loose on her. So she probably wouldn't even got into school, because auntie would have let loose. The third time she looked up from like this, and she looked up the third time, that's stuff I zero in on. I would have been like, I'd be like, sis Shelley, I'm sorry. My niece ain't going here, and I'm apologize, baby. I'm sorry that you can't go to the school. Auntie is gonna cut up.
It's about to cut up.
By the time she would have looked up for me on the third time, I would have been all the way in her face, asking her to go get her supervisor immediately.
And these are things that you're talking about, Tonya, because if I turn up on you,
right.
Now you want to try to turn that around on me.
Right.
But when by the time she did it, I didn't say anything to her verbally, but when she said your daughter is smart, I leaned in on her. I said, and why wouldn't she be? And she was like, oh no, we would love to have her here.
It's just incredible that
so insulting, and it infuriates me. But then you'll turn it around and say that it's on me.
Yeah.
Something that I did. So I have to be able, me writing this book, 70 Days of Happy, child, let me tell you, it's for me. I need to remember that I have a choice of what I allow you to bring into my life emotionally. And that does not mean that what you do, I'm not going to be upset about it. And you might catch a lashing. You might. Though that's a chance that you took when you did what you did. So you might take a lashing, but at the end of the day, I need to be able to come back and say, let me remind myself of who Shelley is. Unfortunately, you got shell dog. That was on you. But let me come back and remind myself of who Shelley is. Let me take a 5-minute come down. Let me go, take a walk somewhere. Let me go grab my happy places, because at the end of the day, no matter what, I'm going to have to live with this woman that I am. And I'm very proud of this woman. Again, that's on you for bringing out the dog.
Do you have the book?
I do.
Show us the book.
And I do. Can you guys see it?
Talk about the concept for 70 days of happy. Why not 50? Why not 10? Like what?
Yes, I got you on that one, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I did a challenge that was a 90-day challenge. Now, I don't know if y'all understand, 90 days is 3 months. We like to be cute. 90 days. No, that's 3 months. That means if I start in January, I ain't finished to the end of March. So I did this challenge, 90-day challenge, where you're just going to speak things that are positive, no matter what happens. Not that you don't recognize the hardships in life, but you're literally going to choose to redirect the focus. And so during me doing this 90-day challenge, honey, my oldest daughter father, got on my nerves, made me want to jump him. Somebody hit my car. I realized I had residue from an abusive relationship. I was driving in the car one day crying, don't know how I made it home. All this happened in the 90 days, right? But what I was able to do is go, okay, this happened, but let me redirect it. Pivot. Let me see what I can get from this. Not that I'm happy about it. I don't do the toxic positivity, but I do understand that in life, when things go wrong, I can remove myself for a moment and regather me. And so after I finished those 90 days, I was like, you know what? There was, even though I'm very chill, laid back, naturally happy, there was a level that I deliberately took myself to so that I didn't allow people to take me out of who I am. And I really feel like we forget the simple things that make us happy. So I would love to gather those things. And it started out 90 days, but as I was going through it, I was like, nah, honey, we don't need all that. That's extra, this. And I ended up compiling 70 different things. So it's not just the 10 days. No, you need a little more than 10 days. You're very unhappy. Let's take it a little bit further. So let's do it a little longer.
I was thinking about writing a book, but I was like, when you said the 90-day thing, I was like, oh girl, my book probably be called two day of happy, something like that. Because you know what I'm saying? Mine might even be 2 hours or something like that. Because,
but see, that's real. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I don't think I can take on that challenge right now. Because
But that's why I'm saying this is more of a personal journey. And so in the journey, we learn how to pick things. I loved writing this book, resurrect a dead dream. There's joy and happiness in me resurrecting.
Talk about that.
And when I had my daughter, I put a lot of dreams on the back burner, not understanding that I never had to be an either or woman. I can be an and woman. Just because I can't do the dream 100 or do it full fold, that doesn't mean that I can't take a class. That doesn't mean that I can't volunteer. Resurrect that. Find your joy. Find your peace. Find your and. And so these are the little things that I rediscovered during that challenge, and said, how many of us feel like, especially women, we have a family, we're this, we're that, we have a career, and now the dream, though, that we had is long gone. Because now we have to do daily tasks, routine, do this, pick up kids, resurrect that and get that small joy and smile back. And that's the reason I wanted to be able to write this. We can walk in our happy. We just have to be able to pick the moments.
Give me another one that you are most, that you use most.
The one that I use most, that I really, really love, is forgiveness. People don't understand how forgiveness brings about happiness. I was a woman walking around mad at the man who left me as a child, because I felt like if you had done your job, I would have had a better outlook on who I was as a young girl. People wouldn't have been able to be in my head. I blame you for me falling into an abusive relationship. I blame you for me not having, the esteem. I blame you. I blame you. I blame you. I finally had to come to a point during that time, driving in the car, boohoo crying, where I said, you know what? I'm not going to allow one man's mistakes, insecurities, inferiority, whatever it was, to keep me locked in an open cage. The cage was open. I was keeping myself a prisoner because I wanted to continue to blame you for whatever reason. I don't know your reasons, and he's deceased now, but I don't know your reason. But for whatever reason, you couldn't give and you weren't responsible for the child that you created. I'm not going to live out your insecurities by walking in forgiveness. And then you're dead now. I mean, what are we going to do? You're dead and what am I going to do?
But there are some people that are addicted to drama and trauma. So what is your best advice to these people? It's almost like when it gets too quiet, they have to go kick up dust. When it's normal, they need to go cause some chaos in their own life and then drag everybody else in it. What is your best advice? And I know you got some girlfriends, because we all got some girlfriends that's addicted to a little drama. What's your best advice?
Let me tell you, number one, if you're addicted to drama, I can't. So my girlfriends ain't addicted to drama, because anybody who was, they had to go and live on another street. My street don't do that. And I'm not going to visit your street. But that came from healing in me to know what I was willing to do and what I needed in my life. What I'm going to tell the person who's addicted is, number one, you need to find out what's going on in you that you want to live in chaos. And number two, if that's where you want to be, stay there. I don't believe in forcing people to change. That's on you. That's not my deal. When you come over here, you don't have to come to me whole, but you do have to come to me with eyes that are open to say, you know what? This is the type of person I am. I am the mean girl, Shelley. I am the one who's bitter. I am the one who don't like when my fellow woman succeed. You got to be honest to say, this is who I am. I had to be honest with myself and look in the mirror and be like, you do think you're ugly. I don't know if it's because you feel that way or because it's been poured into you. But the bottom line is, you don't like you. Now, where do we go? So without being honest, then there's nothing that I can do for you. And sometimes that honesty takes just you looking in the mirror. And sometimes it takes you sitting down with somebody so you could talk it out. Counseling and therapy, I am an advocate of.
Did either one of you ever find yourself having to detox away from toxic relationships, toxic friendships?
Oh yes,
And what's
that's
that?
why that's why my circle looks like this.
Gia?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah. I love the word you used, Shelley, honest and honesty. And that's a powerful word. I don't think people realize how powerful that word is.
Mhm.
And you said a lot of things. A lot of people, we need to be honest with ourselves about a lot of stuff. And
Mhm.
that's something that we not doing. We're not being honest.
Oh
And it's
no,
okay, and we have to realize that being honest is okay.
it
And we
is.
should probably practice that more. And that probably will make us a little more happier and
You are
probably
absolutely
a
right.
little better people. But again, that's hard for us to be honest and say, honestly, honestly, yeah.
We don't want to be the bad guy even to
Right,
ourselves.
right,
We don't
exactly.
want to be the bad
Right,
guy. We
right.
want to walk around and be like, "Girl,
Yeah,
power to you,
yeah, yeah.
queen. Hey,
Right,
queen."
yeah.
We
No.
want to do all that, and and you walking around slapping crowns off people.
Right, exactly. Right. Are not uplifting the black girl magic, but yeah, but
Right.
you may lift the finger to help empower your girlfriend or your girls and whatever they doing and stuff like that. So girl,
Exactly.
we can have a whole other show on honesty and being honest. And maybe we should have a show about some the honesty thing.
Just how to look at
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Listen, we can't solve problems until we acknowledge that we have them. That's personally
Hmm.
and culturally. Okay.
Absolutely. Now
Culturally.
you know that you trying to start something, right?
I
But I'm
mean,
here for it. I'm here for it though.
we might have to bring you back and get it popping. So yes, I do. I do think that I'm trying to start something. I have been for a while and having these conversations that people aren't comfortable with because we can't continue to hide in our discomfort about the things
Hmm.
that needs to be changed. And until we get
Absolutely.
that point across, which is we have to acknowledge our problems to deal with them, we're going to continue to find ourselves in a slough trying to move forward as a
Hmm.
culture, as a people and individuals. So, we thank
So
you
true.
for showing up today. Let everybody know what you have going on and how they can stay connected to you.
Yes, you can stay connected with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, on Facebook. All of that is at my name, Shelly Meche'tte, and that is ShellyMeche'tte. And you can always connect with me on my website, which is ShellyMeche'tte.com, where you can also find my freebie, 5 PowHERful Ways to Discover Your Purpose. And that is ShellyMeche'tte.com/freebie. Without the freebie, you won't get there. But I mean, so you got to put that /freebie so that you'll be able to download that. And what I have coming up next is I have a couple of workshops that I'm working on and a couple of courses, because I believe that as women, we do so much. There's so much, and there's so much in us. And I believe that we shouldn't be boxed. We shouldn't be boxed by titles. We shouldn't be boxed by past experience. We shouldn't be boxed by the ideology that you have of what I should be. And so I'm on a mission to love and hug my fellow woman and release you from the things that other people have tried to put on you so that you can live the best life and the life of your dreams.
I love that. Well, we want to thank you for being here. We'll definitely put all that info in the captions. We want you guys to look Shelly up, connect with her. She always got something smiley, something exciting, something uplifting on her page. And she's incredibly honest. So if you just like surrounding yourself with honesty and openness, Shelly is definitely the girl, and we're happy to have her here. Her book is
Yes.
great. We actually spoke together at an event some years
Yes.
ago
Yes.
and have both come so far since then.
Yeah.
But her energy is it's addictive. So keep
You
people
know,
like that around you.
Thank you guys.
Shelley, I'm glad you came on the show. I really am. Tonya be having these people that she be hiding from everybody else, and you like the second person, because I don't fangirl. I don't really fangirl. But if you know me, you don't know me, but I don't be fangirling about a lot of people. And you might be number 2 now of Tonya friends that I'm gonna be fangirling about. Okay.
I am flattered.
So let me,
and I am honored.
It's a few things I need to say before we leave. Okay, are you gonna? Is Tonya? Is she coming to the brunch? We need to come to the
What's
brunch.
the
that we're having. Yes, Tonya. That's we offline. I'm gonna talk about that. We're doing a brunch, and I think you need to be a part of the brunch because, honestly, I think you should be part of the yeah. See.
I love it.
yes, because, and then also too, I think we, the three of us, we need to go and have a little power her lunch or brunch or breakfast or something.
Absolutely.
Because, y'all go get the book.
Busy. She ain't got time for that. She got stuff.
Listen,
she got a Hollywood project she working on.
You let me know. You let me know. And you know what, you guys, was so funny is I'm actually working on a virtual conference for this year, and I was gonna be reaching out to Tonya about that virtual conference. So we definitely need to have us a little brunch, something, the three of us, and sit down. Y'all, y'all need to let me know what your schedule is, because I know how to move things around.
I know you do. I know you do.
See, look, see, Tonya,
honestly, I know how to move it around.
She's being honest with it, Tonya.
Absolutely. Listen, we'll stay connected. We will. And move things forward, because having these conversations allows for people to know it's okay. There's more people out there that want to do that want to engage, but they're probably in a silo or surrounded by people that don't want that. So it's important that we continue to let people know that we are around, we are available to have those types of conversations, and we do the work to move it forward. We're not just talkers. We are actually out there doing the work to make it happen and allow for our culture to move forward in a way, allow for women to elevate themselves and womanhood. I think we just have to continue to have that conversation and continue to, if they're baby steps or if they're big steps, all the steps matter. So doing work and surrounding yourself with people that want to be honest and solve some of the problems that keep us stalled in our mess. We really have to work on that. So thank you, Miss Shelley, and we will definitely be in touch.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Okay, what'd you think?
Oh my God, Shelley. Honestly, I love her. Her and Tasha now, I'm like, okay, God, we're gonna have a whole new posse. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Phenomenal. I enjoyed her. I want to get her books. I want to read about being happy. Okay, because hey, you know me. I need to be happy, and but also too, because I'm all about supporting others. And so I want to get her book. I hope it's on Amazon. I'm gonna go look for it. It's on Amazon if I can get it. And read her book, because I think I might need that every now and then when I'm, having a moment. Honestly, I do have moments that I need to.
You can't call me. I'll gas you up to do.
Yeah, and stuff. But it's ironic that her whole platform is about empowering and the woman and empower her and stuff. So it's just listening to her today was like, oh, it's kind of I'm excited, and also because I'm excited because something's about to be happening for me. Actually on next Monday,
let me get to work.
Yes, next Monday. So, if y'all not following me or follow my social media, you need to follow me, The Mahogany Box, on IG and on Facebook, because next Monday I have a collection that's dropping, a collection of t-shirts and tank tops that's launching called Empower You. Okay. And so I'm excited about it, but more information is going to be coming out over the next few days. Because I got a great PR team. Great. If y'all looking for a good PR person, she's in the next little square next to me. That's her. She got a company, Sand Insurance, too. But yeah, so I'm excited. I got word that the collection is supposed to launch on the 28th of this month, called Empower You. So I'm so excited about it.
I'm so excited. Now I got work to do, y'all. So we gotta go, because Miss G is about to put me to work. So we will see y'all on Monday with some stuff to show and share. All right. Okay, guys. Thanks for showing up. We'll see you next time. Like, share, follow, all that cool stuff, and we'll see you soon. Bye.